All right, let's get into your morning dose of infotainment. This is Kelly Nash. I have a new nickname, not for myself, but a high-profile liberal. We'll be revealing that in just a couple of moments. But first, can we get in the Wayback Machine or the Time Machine, or do we have a hot tub or something that can take me back to 2008 and Barack Obama?
We are 2 days away from changing America, and it's going to start right here in the great state of Ohio. It's been a long time coming. But tonight, because of what we did on this day, in this election, at this defining moment, change has come to America.
Oh, they were so happy about it. The change has come to America. And it's been a long time. It wasn't just talking about the Bush administration. He was talking about most of these people's lifetimes. The 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s. We have to redefine and get America in a better place. I wonder what place they thought they were voting for. Because where they ended up was on the verge of communism. And they enhanced terrorist activities. And when I say enhanced terrorist activities, I'm using the word terrorism. I'm going to use the original definition here. I don't think they've changed that one like they did vaccine and woman and all those types of things. They changed a lot of words definitions. But terrorist, if I look it up, it still says this: using violence in the pursuit of political aims. I'm sorry, it says using violence and intimidation in the pursuit of political aims. How many protests have we seen that the Democrats have where it turns violent? How many people have we seen threatened with being deplatformed or fired because they did not line up with the Democrat way of thinking? And that would even include their own people, right? If you're a Democrat who doesn't agree with 100% of the platform, they'll go after you as well. So that is a terrorist. And one of the things I always thought was interesting was because you don't have the will of the people, the majority of the people in whatever group you're talking about, that's why you use a terrorist activity. If you got the will, you don't need to threaten them. But the idea that anything that was Trump or MAGA was a threat to democracy, that's actually a redefining of the word democracy to mean Democrat. The Democrats are democracy, according to them, because at no point is MAGA threatening to stop the voice or the will of the American people. They were actually encouraging the voice and the will of the American people. That's a threat to the Democrats because they don't have the will of the American people. So anytime it's a threat to democracy. We are democracy, kind of like Fauci. I am the science. But anyway, let's go back to the new nickname. One of my favorite words is bustard. And I don't know if that's a Northeastern term only. I haven't heard people really use it. My mom used to threaten me with that. You're cruising for a bruising, bustard. And the actual definition of the word bustard means this is a word used for someone that you think has been rude or cruel. Now, do I think that Karen Bass has been rude? Many, many times. Has she been cruel? Absolutely, as of all the Democrats. Anybody who's calling for the demasking of ICE agents is cruel because you are now trying to put political pressure on somebody to get not only their own life, their personhood in danger, but their children and their spouses. Why would you do that unless you're a cruel individual? So Karen Bass is a bustard. And so I've combined her last name with the word bustard, which also starts with a B. So it works out nicely. She's Mayor Bastard. And so the mayor yesterday, Mayor Bastard, she's up there on stage and a reporter asked a very good question. You want us to be a sanctuary city and you have called for the removal of ICE. You don't want them in our city. And back over the 4th of July weekend, there were 11 people in a coordinated attack against ICE officials where they lured them out, had snipers set up, radio contact was made. They have all tactical gear, all new weapons, and they're trying to assassinate ICE agents. What do you say about that, and how would you try to de-escalate the situation here in Los Angeles?
The quote-unquote riots that were reported never happened.
No one asked you about the riots.
We did have a couple of incidences of vandalism and looting, And I think the example that you use, I'm sorry, I'm not familiar with it. It was from some other state.
Yes, Texas.
Yeah,
11.
So I have no idea what happened in Texas. What I do know is what happened in Los Angeles.
Mayor, 11 people were arrested for trying to attack ICE agents and federal law enforcement. So I was just trying to get your perspective on how you're going to contain the situation here in Los Angeles and the unrest.
I can't respond to Texas.
She can't respond to Texas. She doesn't even know about it. What news outlets or sources are you using, Mayor Bastard, that doesn't let you know that there was a major terrorist attack against ICE officials? Which one is it? They should be condemned. If you're not aware of this, your staff should be condemned. If they're not telling you what's happening in this country at what is, according to you, your number one issue. The number one issue in Los Angeles is not the rebuilding after the fires. It's not gang activity. It's none of that. It's the removal of ICE. But would you at least use the patented standard answer, even if I hadn't heard about it? If somebody approached any Republican on the street, I should say any elected official who's a Republican on the street, and said there had been some sort of conspiracy that we're just finding out about, trying to assassinate a Republican governor or a House member, whatever. Excuse me, to kill a Democrat. That's what that would be. They would always say, we condemn political violence. I'm not familiar with the specifics of that case, but we would never want anybody. Violence is never the answer. You would say something like that. She won't even give you that. Because she wants the violence. When you look at the polling, and not only the polling that says they want more action, the Democrats are bloodthirsty. They even want their own people's blood. I mean, if you saw that House member, the unnamed House member, it's been reported by just about every major outlet now, said that according to them, what they're hearing at their town halls is you need to be willing to take a shot. You need to get bloody in order to get the attention of the American people. These people are terrorists. The Democrats have become terrorists. And another redefinition is the word democracy has been transferred, it's been hijacked. To them, it means Democrats. When they were saying that the Trump MAGA movement was a threat to democracy, no, it wasn't. It was actually an encouragement of democracy. Please come on out, in spite of the fact that if you're a known Trump voter, they will try to get you fired. They will try to get you deplatformed, all those things. Please come out and let your voice be heard. That's not a threat to democracy. That's an encouragement of democracy. It was a threat to the Democrats. That's what that is. The will of the American people has turned in a big way against the Democrats, and the Democrats are not going to go quietly. They're not going to modify anything. They're going to ramp up their terrorist activities against us. And thank God we've got Donald Trump and a bunch of strong leaders right now who are going to fight for you.